Today, we are celebrating the 30th anniversary of Pocahontas. It came out in theaters on June 23rd, 1995, just after the release of The Lion King back in 1994. So, this movie was about an Indian princess named Pocahontas. She has her mother's spirit when the wind blows. It's taken her where she could be going. And she was overjoyed to see her father has returned after destroying the enemies, the Maskawawicks. But until then, she realized there's English people arriving to their land. The English settlers, led by the greedy Governor Ratcliffe. He wants to find the gold and keep it for himself. With the help of his assistant Wiggins and his other settlers, including John Smith. He will hunt down those Indians as soon as he could. Until then, he befriended only one Indian, Pocahontas. And Pocahontas befriended John Smith. Until then, one of the Indians strike down the English settlers, but unfortunately they were no match for the English settlers, and they were forced to retreat. And the Indian chief warned his people the white men are very dangerous, and ordered them not to go near them. Elsewhere, Pocahontas returned, and she discovered one of the warriors arrived to prepare for war. But she tried to warn him, but it didn't go so well. In fact, he was very busy. And John Smith, he can't allow Ratcliffe to kill the Indians. It was their home. And he explained to them there's no gold. But Ratcliffe would not listen. Later that night, one of the Indians got shot by one of John Smith's allies, and John Smith was taken to the chief for this crimes he didn't commit it. And Pocahontas realized that the execution would be start in the morning, and he talked to his grandmother about the path where he going. And just then, Pocahontas immediately rushed to protect John Smith before the war was declared. And Ratcliffe and the Indian chief were prepared to eliminate the savages. In that case, the savages was the English settlers and the Indians themselves. And Pocahontas stopped the war and confronted her own father and accept her sacrifice. And just then the wind blows to him. And just then he finally listened to Pocahontas and agreed to ordering the Indians to release John Smith. And just then Ratcliffe was ready to kill the Indians, but the English settlers refused because they don't want to fight. But Ratcliffe still wouldn't listen, so he attempted to kill Pocahontas' father, but he shot John Smith instead, which leads he accidentally exposes his true nature to his own settlers, and then the settlers turn against him and taken him into chains in England. And later, John Smith will be headed back to England to get healed. And he said goodbye to Pocahontas, that he will see him again someday. And the wind blew alongside with John Smith. And Pocahontas will see him again soon. And I'm very grateful that this movie did win the Academy Award for Best Original Song. But otherwise, I kind of like that movie. But in that case, I wish I could see this in theaters. It's the same thing, just like I saw The Lion King back in last year on 2024, just before Mufasa the Lion King comes out in theaters. So let me know in the comments and subscribe. And this is Minion Fan 1024 signing off. And be sure to watch Pocahontas, now streaming on Disney Plus.